probably the most uncomfortable truth about all of this is that it just takes time. It takes time. And that is very uncomfortable for a lot of us. We live in a society where it's all about, I want the gains yesterday kind of thing. But the truth of the matter is, this takes years, man. It takes years upon years upon years. A lot of the old timers, they say, give it 10 years, basically. There's no plateau. You just gotta work, man. Like this idea that we can constantly get better every single day, put 0.5 milligram on there of weight, linear progression, that kind of stuff. You always have to get better, always have to get better. If you think to yourself, man, like if you're putting on a kilo every week or whatever, you'll be lifting 0.5 ton very, very shortly. We just have to take a deep breath, step back and realize this is going to take me years. And when you look at some of the people that we look up to in this industry, in this community, these guys have been lifting for like 15, 20 years, man. Some of these guys have started very, very early on. So if you're somebody who's just decided to get, a Clarence Kennedy squat, a loose squat, a Tian Tao squat, a Lasha clean and jerk, and you're 25, you just have to realize that it takes a very, very long time. And unfortunately, the stuff that we see, the stuff that we read nowadays on social media, we're like, oh, I want to do this program or that program. But we don't really understand where this person has come from. If this person started training at 10 years old, there's a lot of understanding that there's a lot of time spent doing the prerequisite, exercises, prerequisite time that's kind of going into their craft. So if you're somebody that has that anxiety about them, that you just want to improve, no matter what, just take a step back and understand that this all takes time. The other thing which really hurts our mentality, and I keep saying this to you guys, that it's all in the mind, man. Like if you clear the demons in your mind, if you understand what's happening within your head, then you'll be all right. And part of all that murky water, part of all those voices, part of all of that is what you consume on social media. And, you guys have seen it. There's transformations here and there. Oh, this guy put 150 kilos on his deadlift in 6 months. This guy did this, this guy did that. And so then you go to your garage and you look at your logbook and you start training, and you kind of get this dissatisfaction of where you are and why you're struggling so much, and why me, why not me, and all those type of thoughts. There's always freaks out there. There's always dishonest people out there. You need to understand we live in a very, very highly technologically advanced society now on many fronts. So it's very, very hard for me to understand what's actually going on. So if somebody claims to be increasing their deadlift, doing this program, that program, and you try it and you don't get it, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. If somebody's basically one of the easiest ways to understand or to pick it up, if somebody's bullshitting you, is to just, pay attention to that time pressure. There's a lot of time pressure stuff. 12 weeks, I guarantee this. Or, in 1 week, you're going to lose 10 kilos or anything like that. Anything where people are selling you super quick, super rapid results. That's a marketing ploy just to get you through the door. But unfortunately, in society, in biology, it doesn't work like that, man. You just have to put in your time. It's not sexy. It's far away from being sexy. And they understand that. And so time is sexiness, right? Ivan, you're doing this really, really badly. You could have much better results if you did this or that, or this one over here. These type of things. Like I'm always hearing this, what's better, here or over the fence? This type of mentality is so destructive, so unsettling. You can't let your mind wander like that, man. Pick something and stick with it. Understand this is a 10 plus year thing. Oh, I've got this car, but I bet that car over there is better. I bet that car is over there. Like if you think to yourself, okay, I'm going to sell that car, I'm going to buy this new car. That same voice is going to tell you to buy another car and another car and another car. The point is that the grass is not greener on the other side of the fence. It's all the same thing, man. It's all pretty much the same thing. So if you're in it for the long haul, that brings you clarity. If you just understand, okay, today was just a minor step in the right direction, and I understand this is a long journey. And that to me, I don't know about you guys, but every time I think about that, there's like a degree of comfort with that. You know, I've been training for 7 years. These idols that I'm following, that I want to be like, they've been training for 15 to 20 years. Who am I? Why am I so special to get the results they got in 15 to 20 years? Who am I to ask for those results in half of the time? Why am I so special? And the craziest thing is, they are the special ones. They are the ones that have, the genes and the upbringing in the right sport and all that sort of stuff. I'm the guy that's lagging behind, and I'm the guy that's asking for quicker results. It doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. This anxiety of, I want it yesterday, I want it today. This is the stuff that I think is mostly responsible for our injuries, for our dropout rates in the gym. I was just talking to my mate just yesterday. He was talking about starting his some sort of training routine, getting back, to some sort of fitness. He's not a very athletic guy. He lives a sedentary lifestyle, and I just basically said to him, man, whatever you do, start slow. Start slow and just have your eye on the long-term goal. None of this stuff, in a month I want to have this many inches on my bicep, or I want to drop my body fat to this or whatever. Every year in January, there's a whole host of people around the world who get all motivated, inspired by whatever. Oh, it's a new year, new start. I'm going to have a sick-ass body in about a month. And so they go in the gym and they go absolutely crazy. They hit it with everything they got. And what happens then? They realize you can't get results that quick, man. No matter how hard they push, no matter how crazy the circuits are, and they spend 5 hours in the gym, you see it all the time, man. Like you go to the gym in January, you see the gyms are much more busier than usual, and there's a much more, bigger concentration of new people. And the new people are so determined. They're all listening to their beats and, driving into the car park with music blaring. They're all like, full on stimulated, let's go. But the matter of the fact is that you can't sustain that. You cannot sustain that. Your body's going to start sending you signals to be like, we ain't going on that today anymore. We're over it. The much more effective way is for you to understand, okay, I have a couple of years to get my body in shape. Every day I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a little bit. And so that little bit doesn't disrupt your psychology. It doesn't disrupt your comfort levels. Nobody became a Navy SEAL overnight, man. You can't do that. You can't just jump on a Kobe Bryant protocol or fitness and just start doing that straight off the couch to Kobe Bryant. It doesn't work like that, man. You need to start paying respect to some of these people on top of the game. You can't get this in a couple of years, man. You cannot get it. You need to work very long time for you to even get near it. I think it's funny, I see it all the time, guys talking about, I want to put on 100 kilos in the squat in a year. I'm sitting there, I'm like, this might be just an ignorant thought, or just like a person that doesn't understand how things roll. Or maybe I don't understand what they're planning to do. Maybe if you take certain things, you can't get 100 kilos in your squat. But 100 kilos in your squat, like, Jesus Christ, man. But like, if you continue at that rate, that means you're going to get to your lifetime goals in 2.5 years? Like what sort of rate is that? 100 kilos? Man, I've been training for 7 years, and for most of those years, I didn't get my goals. No way. This year, or like whatever, last week when I did the 31st end of year in review, I went from 200 kilos to 210 kilos. Then a lot of people will be like, oh, that is rubbish, that's crap. Yeah, of course it's rubbish, it's crap. If you look at what's happening in the world and what people are doing. oh, I'll put 50 kilos in my squat. You know, the majority of people are going to be like me. The majority of people are going to be like, yeah, I'll put on a couple of kilos this year. It is what it is. And I'm not embarrassed by that. I'm not anything by that. For me, I'm just proud of myself that I rocked up and I worked. You know, I made some mistakes, for sure. For sure, I made some mistakes. But this idea that natural people can just put 50 kilos in their squat every year, like, I think our expectations are completely off the scale. And I know why this is, because everyone around us, man, all this fakeness, all this dishonesty around us has made us believe that we can attain some of these things naturally. It just doesn't work like that, man. You know, yeah, you can do freak stuff out there. You know, there's people out there who are losing like 100 kilos of body weight a year and all that stuff. All this crazy stuff. I just don't know, like, you know, I'm sure there's genuine people out there who work extremely hard, but for the most of us, you can't lose that much kilos and keep it off. You know, because it's about a lifestyle. It's about all these types of things. Like, yeah, you can just start taking drugs, you know, that increase your metabolic rate. You know, you can do all of that, but how healthy is that? You know. So for me, you know, you're not going to see anything extreme from me. You're just going to see a guy rocking up every day and working hard. But, you know, I'm somebody that's kind of on the other side of 30, you know what I mean? Like, I remember the thoughts when I was 20. I remember the ambition. I remember the energy that I felt. I remember thinking to myself, oh, yeah, you know, I'm going to be here and here and here. And, you know, that guy, oh, that's my idol. And then as the years kind of continue, as you kind of continue to put in the time under the bar, you start understanding what sort of patterns are forming. You start understanding, okay, maybe what they're saying is not correct. Maybe they're lying about certain things. You know, and then there's a period of where you're like really frustrated about, you know, your progress. And then after all that kind of dust settles, you kind of just realize, you look around, man, like the majority of people, the vast majority of people are not progressing crazily. You know, it's very, very slow. It's a very long journey, 10 plus years type of thing. And, you know, you see people, you see really, really impressive people who do impressive things. And, you know, when you ask them, they're like, oh, I've been lifting for 20 years. So, you know, that's understandable. But these dudes who are like, yeah, I've been lifting for 2.5 years. And he's sitting at 320 kilo deadlift and all that. Oh, and he's got this, that, and whatever, and 5 kilo body weight. It's like, I'm not saying that there are no freaks out there. There are freaks everywhere. But they're very, very rare. Okay, they're very rare. And whether it's dishonesty, cheating, or whatever it is, or he's just a freak, that doesn't help you. That doesn't help you. And of course, you can follow these people and you can marvel at them, but you need to understand that is not a normal biological progression to adaptations, to strength, to all that stuff. Just, you know, take a step back, take a deep breath, and just understand that this is a long game. I guarantee you, mate, if you put 10 years of consistent training, you're going to be pretty proud of where you are. So that should be the mentality. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.